Adrien Carton de Wiart was born on 5th May 1880 in Brussels, Belgium, into an aristocratic family. His father, Léon Constant Ghislain Carton de Wiart, was a lawyer and magistrate, and his mother, Ernestine Wenzig, was of Irish descent. Rumors persisted that his real father was King Leopold II of Belgium, though this was never confirmed. His mother died when he was 6, and his father remarried. To follow in his father's footsteps, he was sent to study law at a prestigious boarding school in Oxford, England. While at school, Carton de Wiart became fascinated with war and decided to join the military as soon as possible. When the Second Boer War broke out in South Africa, he saw his chance, despite being only 19 years old and not British. He lied about his age, claiming to be 25, and enlisted in the British Army under the name Trooper Parton. The British did not run a background check, and he was sent to South Africa to fight for Britain. In South Africa, Carton de Wiart experienced the harsh realities of war, including trenches, mud, barbed wire, and explosions. He noticed that the enemy had set up barbed wire preventing his allies from advancing, so he asked his colonel for permission to move it. His colonel refused, calling him a fool, but Carton de Wiart later understood why when he was shot in the stomach and groin by Boer snipers. These injuries led to his real identity being discovered, and he was sent back to Oxford to recover. After recovering, Carton de Wiart remained in the British Army and was deployed to India, where he found the service boring and spent his time getting fit and hunting. After serving for 8 years, he became a British citizen in 1914. In 1914, eager to return to war, Carton de Wiart signed up for service in British Somaliland, where he would fight against the Mad Mullah. However, on his way to Africa, World War I broke out, and he was disappointed to miss the action in Europe. In Somaliland, he fought against the dervishes and was shot twice in the face, losing his left eye and suffering damage to his ear. He was sent back to England, where his eye was removed. With his eye injury, Carton de Wiart was initially not allowed to return to the front lines, but he insisted and was eventually permitted to go, provided he wore a glass eye. However, he discarded the glass eye and wore a black eye patch instead. In France, he fought in the trenches, experiencing intense combat with artillery shells and machine gun fire. He was known for his bravery, often exposing himself to danger, which concerned his subordinates.
During the war, Carton de Wiart was injured multiple times. He was shot in the hand, which was severely damaged, and later had to have his fingers amputated. He also suffered a head wound from a machine gun bullet that blew off part of his head but missed vital areas. Despite these injuries, he continued to fight and was awarded the Victoria Cross for his gallantry at the Battle of the Somme. After the war, finding life in England boring, Carton de Wiart moved to Poland, where he fought in various conflicts, including against the Soviets, Ukrainians, Lithuanians, and Czechs. He also survived an airplane crash and a train attack by bandits. He retired in Poland and spent 16 years hunting. When World War II began, Poland was invaded and Carton de Wiart barely escaped. At 60 years old, he was given his old rank and sent to fight in Norway, where the situation was dire. His unit was eventually pulled back and he ended up in Northern Ireland. Later, he was selected for a diplomatic mission to Yugoslavia, but was captured when his plane crashed off the coast of Libya. He was held as a POW in Italy for 3 years, attempting to escape 5 times, with one attempt lasting 8 days before being recaptured. Eventually, Italy used him as a bargaining chip with the British, and he was released. After his release, Carton de Wiart was asked by Winston Churchill to be his representative in China. There, he took a liking to the Chinese people, but disliked Mao Zedong's communist ideas. He interrupted Mao during a speech, telling him to focus on fighting the Japanese instead of talking. Mao laughed at his boldness.
Carton de Wiart also participated in the formal surrender ceremonies of Japan in 1945.
Finally retiring at 67, Carton de Wiart made a stop in French Indochina where he slipped on a coconut mat, breaking ribs and knocking himself unconscious, but survived. He retired to Ireland, wrote his memoir, Happy Odyssey, and passed away peacefully at 83 in 1963. In his autobiography, he reflected on his time in the Great War, writing, "Frankly, I enjoyed the war."
En route to Somaliland, World War I erupted, and Carton de Wiart missed the initial European engagements, a source of frustration. In Somaliland, he engaged the dervishes, sustaining severe facial injuries, including the loss of his left eye and damage to his ear, necessitating his return to England for medical treatment. Undeterred, he sought to return to the European front, initially facing resistance due to his injuries. He was permitted to serve, provided he wore a glass eye, which he discarded in favor of a black eye patch, embracing a distinctive appearance that would become iconic.
His service in World War I was marked by repeated injuries, including a severe hand wound that required amputation of fingers, and a head injury from a machine gun bullet that miraculously missed vital areas. His leadership during the Battle of the Somme, particularly at La Bosselle, earned him the Victoria Cross, Britain's highest military honor for gallantry. His memoirs later reflected, "Frankly, I enjoyed the war," a statement that underscores his complex relationship with combat.